Today we're going to be making a butterfly cake for my Mother's Day gift to a sister. Starting with putting some icing onto my cake board to hold my cake down. I'm going to spread that out just to make sure that my cake is nice and secure as I'm decorating the cake and it's not sliding around. Here I'm placing the first layer of a marble cake, and then I'm going to begin with putting the filling in so I can add the second layer to my cake. Smoothing out that icing before I put that cake down, so it's not sliding around, so it's nice and secure, and I can begin to decorate this cake. And next I'm going to add a layer of icing so that I can do my crumb coating before I do the initial carving of this cake to make it into the butterfly shape that you saw at the beginning of this video. You'll see here that I'm trying to pay attention to not picking up the knife so that it doesn't pull up the cake from the friction of pulling it. Here I am cutting this cake in half, and I'm going to flip each one of those sides around so that the rounded part of the cake is facing in toward each other so that we have the general shape of a butterfly. You'll also note, not necessarily in the video, but I do cut out a little bit of a triangle on each one of those sides to give the definition between the top wings, like right here in this image, and the bottom wing. So that will give the actual shape of our butterfly. Here I'm beginning to put the crumb coat onto the cake, and I'm just kind of using the piping bag to run that across each area of the cake, and I'm going to begin to smooth that out quickly here. You can see that I have done some of the smoothing to make this my crumb coat, and I'm beginning to add more of this, the icing, to begin to further do the crumb coat. This is the part of the second layer. This was a very moist cake, so you do see that there's a lot of crumbs, but that's the benefit of the crumb coat, is really keeping those in so that it doesn't get all into the icing and ruin the design of your cake. One thing, it was kind of tough to get into these creases to really secure them to connect the two halves of the cake together. So it did take a bit of time to get those gaps filled in. Here is what it looks like after the crumb coat is put onto the cake. And I'm beginning now to add the actual color onto the sides of this cake, which obviously is yellow, that I want for the sides of this cake. You also notice that I did not cut off the top to make the top of this a flat cake. I did that just to kind of add some movement, since butterflies aren't flat creatures. I just wanted to kind of leave like the natural curve of the cake to maybe simulate a bit of the wing movement. Now you'll see that I'm beginning to add the pink to the top, which is kind of the base coat of my butterfly color of the wings. And once I get that kind of smooth, I'm going to add some colors into the kind of the center of this cake, and then also to the right and left of either of the sides of it. I'm going to add some purple and really just kind of begin to add some color to this cake. That said, I'm beginning to pull that purple and that yellow out using a bench scraper to give kind of that opaque marble color that we often see in butterflies, because they're not just one singular color. And I started with pulling out from the center to the outside of the wings, and then I also did it the other way. Here you'll see that I'm adding the head of the butterfly, and I'm going to add the body of the butterfly as well. And again, I'm not smoothing this out because the body of the butterfly isn't going to be fully smooth, and I just want there to be like some movement. Here I am really just kind of tracing the outside of the entire top of the butterfly, and then you'll see momentarily that I begin to draw some of the lines that are visible in the wings. So I'm just drawing one out from the center of the body to either side of the top and bottom wings to separate those top and bottom wings. And then I'm just drawing some veins in the wings to separate some of the sections of the butterfly as you see them in a real butterfly. With that being done, this is what my cake looks like to finish up. I do appreciate you coming to watch this video today. If you enjoyed watching this video, I encourage you to come watch again. And here's the spin to see the full view of this cake. This was really something that was fun for me, and my family member loved it. So feel free to like and subscribe.